Chinese seismologists have warned that the March 28th earthquake in Myanmar may be followed by more, as their research indicates a heightened risk of major quakes across China and surrounding regions.
중국 지진학자들이 지난 3월 28일 발생한 미얀마 강진에 이어 더 많은 지진이 일어날 가능성이 있다고 경고하면서 중국 및 그 주변 지역에서 대규모 지진 발생 위험이 높아졌다는 연구 결과를 제시했습니다. Tell us more.
I mean, the whole world watched in horror on March 28th. At first sight, okay, it's an earthquake, but it's not so bad. And then as the minutes and hours passed, we started to realize that the death toll was huge.
Yeah, the casualties.
Yeah, something like over 3,000. And the very worrying thing is that seismologists are now saying this is not the last of it. It may not be Myanmar, but in China and the surrounding regions, according to their research, there are these seismic cycles. The world goes round, but also the intensity of earthquakes goes round in a cycle.
Yep.
And they've looked at 150 years of this data, seismic data to do with earthquakes. And they've identified 6 major earthquake active periods in those regions in China and around China. And it seems to be that we're in one of these risky phases or this high risk phase.
Yep.
So there may well be another serious earthquake in that region or elsewhere in or around China. We wait and see until we get more information, but certainly everybody be safe out there.
Yeah. Well, you said that the experts who've been saying this are seismologists.
Yes, and this is not somebody who knows how big you are. This is not S-I-Z-E. This is S-E-I-S-M-O-L-O-G-I-S-T. A seismologist is a scientist who specializes in earthquakes. So you wouldn't normally be able to guess it if you just saw the word. Right. It's one of those you're going to have to just learn to memorize. But seismologist is an expert in earthquakes.
지진학자를 seismologist라고 하는데요. 우리 지진에 의한 아니면 지진의라는 형용사 seismic가 정말 많이 쓰이는 형용사예요. 이게 또 비유적으로는 엄청나다라는 의미로 또 seismic를 쓰기도 하는데 이게 뭐 지진처럼 엄청난 피해를 입는 게 될 수도 있고 아니면 그냥 큰 규모의 무언가, 엄청난 무언가라는 비유적인 표현으로도 많이 씁니다. 자, 그래서 seismic 나오면은 지진 일단 떠올리시면 되고 seismologist 그러면 지진을 연구하는 학자, 지진학자가 되겠습니다. What about to heighten?
Well, heighten, coming from the word height, means the size of something, how tall it is. So if something is heightened or something heightens, it means it increases in height, means it gets bigger or more severe. So we use it with risk, for example, a heightened risk or a lessened risk, I think is the opposite we'd use. The one I often hear on the news is heightened alerts, when maybe there's a storm coming or there's the possibility of an earthquake.
Sure.
The country will say that we're heightening the alert system, we're going from orange to red or whatever color it may be.
네. 자, H-E-I-G-H-T-E-N heighten 이건 무언가를 고조시키거나 고조됐을 때 이 표현을 씁니다.
Yeah, and we don't use this for very positive expressions. The ones that come to mind are alert, risk, tension, these kind of words. So when we hear it in the news or see it in the news, it's often going to be something negative.
대부분 이렇게 부정적인 뉘앙스로 쓰이는군요. 아까 seismologist도 그렇고 heighten도 그렇고 앞에 모음이 다 EI 이렇게 나가네요. 자, 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. Chinese seismologists have warned that the March 28th earthquake in Myanmar may be followed by more, as their research indicates a heightened risk of major quakes across China and surrounding regions. Here's our next headline.
Rising rivers and worsening floods have swept across southern and midwestern US, endangering communities already battered by days of heavy rain and winds that claimed at least 18 lives.
미국 남부 및 중서부 지역이 범람한 강물과 악화된 홍수에 큰 피해를 입으면서 그전에 이미 수일간 지속된 폭우와 강풍으로 최소 18명의 사망자가 나온 바 있는 현지 지역 사회가 위기에 처한 것으로 전해졌습니다. tell us about what's happening in America.
Oh, it's another really serious situation when it comes to natural disasters. The National Weather Service is saying that there were dozens of locations in multiple states that they were expecting to reach a major flood stage. And that means when roads are flooded, bridges are flooded, buildings and other structures are flooded. And they're saying it's going to persist for a little while longer. There were tornado watches over the weekend through to Sunday local time in Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. And, well, we've seen evacuations in certain areas as well. And the reason, well, they say it's warm temperatures and an unstable atmosphere combined with strong winds and lots of moisture streaming in from the Gulf. So all these factors coming together to create these stormy conditions.
Yeah, many communities have been endangered by this.
They have. And if someone or something is endangered by something, they are put in danger. When I was growing up, I used this word a lot when talking about animals. I loved animals as a kid, and I was always worried about endangered species, like the giant panda, for example. We don't have many pandas left. They are an endangered species, meaning the few that we have are in danger of disappearing completely.
네. 자, 한 단어고요. 동사로 썼을 때는 endanger, E-N-D-A-N-G-E-R. 형용사일 때는 endangered, E-N-D-A-N-G-E-R-E-D.
Yes.
네. 자, 그래서 이제 뜻이 뭐냐면은 동사는 위험에 빠뜨리는 거고요. 형용사일 때는 위험에 빠진인데 이게 사실은 멸종 위기라는 의미로 우리가 많이 쓰죠. endangered species 그러면은 지금 멸종 위기 종이다 이렇게 해석을 많이 하고 지금은 the floods and the rising rivers they are endangering communities. 이런 지금 여러 가지 기상 상황이 많은 지역을 위험에 빠뜨리고 있습니다.
Yeah, and also people can endanger other people. If you're not following safety rules and regulations, you might endanger others' lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And oftentimes with these weather-related stories, we have verbs that mean to hit.
Yes.
Batter is one of them.
Yeah, batter. You might be familiar with that if you like baking or cooking, because we use the term batter to describe banjuk,
Yeah.
the liquidy thing that we might make for twigim, for example, for deep fried foods that we dip it in. But here the verb to batter means to hit, not once but many times. So we use this often for storms or heavy rain, something where it feels like buildings or even people are getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. When I was a kid growing up in the UK and you'd have to walk or cycle to school, sometimes it felt like you were getting battered by the wind. It would actually physically hurt because it was hitting you and hitting you and hitting you.
Yep. 자, B-A-T-T-E-R, batter가 동사로 썼을 때는 때리다. 그리고 형용사로 battered 뒤에다 ed 붙이면은요 이렇게 타격을 입었다가 되는데 날씨 얘기 관련해서 뭐 hurricane, typhoon, 뭐 tropical storm 이런 게 있을 때 대부분 어느 지역에 타격을 입혔습니다. 이게 이제 영어에서 일반적으로 날씨는 거의 이 구조로 가거든요. 어떤 날씨 현상이 어떤 지역을 뭐 때렸다 이런 식으로 영어로 표현을 한단 말이죠. 그때 hit라고도 해도 되고요. batter도 쓰기도 하고 그다음 그 외에도 굉장히 많습니다, 사실은.
Yeah, but they all have slightly different nuances. For example, hit suggests just one time, whereas battered suggests again and again and again. So there is this nuance of multiple
stronger
times.
then.
Yeah, and also longer lasting, perhaps.
그렇군요. 그냥 단순히 hit하는 것보다는 좀 더 심한 타격을 입은 것 같은 느낌이 있고 자, 그다음에 또 아까 요리 얘기를 잠깐 하셨는데 완전히 다른 단어지만 같은 스펠링
네.
B-A-T-T-E-R 명사 batter는 반죽이라는 뜻이 있어요.
Yeah, and also uses a verb to batter something. So you
Okay.
batter a piece of fish and fry it to get traditional fish and chips in the UK.
아, 그러니까 반죽을 덮은 다음에 튀길
네.
때 그런 걸 또 이제 batter한다라고 표현을 하는군요. 네, 조금 다른 의미니까 같은 단어지만 참고하시면 될 것 같습니다. 다시 한번 제가 읽어볼게요. Rising rivers and worsening floods have swept across southern and midwestern U.S., endangering communities already battered by days of heavy rain and winds that claimed at least 18 lives. Here's our final headline
Thousands of protesters have taken to the streets across Spain to demand solutions to what they have called the country's worsening housing crisis.
스페인 전역에서 수천 명의 시위대가 자국의 주거 문제 위기가 점점 더 심화되고 있다며 이에 대한 해결책을 촉구하는 시위를 벌였습니다. Tell us more.
It's not the housing owners who are protesting, it's the tenants, it's the renters, the people who are finding it difficult to find housing or paying too much for housing. And this is the first time that we've had multiple protests in multiple locations at the same time. Ever since they had maybe 10 years ago, there were protests against evictions. So it feels like the sentiment is very strong amongst tenants' rights movements and other social rights groups. They're demanding the lowering of rental prices. They're saying they want, in some cases, up to 50% off. They're saying they need rent to be half the price that it is right now, and also to protect vulnerable families from eviction. There's been a whole crisis in Europe when it comes to tourism. And we've seen this not just in Spain, but elsewhere with people protesting because tourism comes and tourism takes up housing sometimes with, bed and breakfast modeling and things like that. And people are finding they don't have housing solutions. So they're demanding solutions so they have somewhere to live.
네. 세입자를 영어로 tenant라고 합니다. 그래서 지금 하우싱 이슈가 있다고 얘기를 했죠. 주거 문제라고 했었는데 집 주인들이 시위를 하는 게 아니고요. 이제 세입자들, so not the housing owners, but the tenants. They are the ones protesting because they're either being kicked out or the rent is too expensive and they're having a very hard time living, basically.
Yeah, and there's also 3.8 million vacant homes, and they're saying, why can't we live in them?
아, 그래요. vacant는 비어있다라는 뜻인데 저렇게 빈집이 많은데 왜 저걸 활용을 하지 못하느냐 이런 얘기도 있대요. So they took to the streets.
Yeah, I mean, this is a term we'll see a lot in the news, and it basically means to publicly protest.
Yeah.
To go to a public space, and that's often going to be a street. Even if you're protesting in a square, we'll
Yeah.
still say that they took to the streets. It means people are going out in a group and protesting.
네. 그러니까 한마디로 거리에 나가서 시위를 하다, 그냥 시위를 하다라는 의미라고 볼 수도 있는데, 물론 이제, 그냥 혼자 시위하는 건 이렇게 표현하진 않고요. 예, 여러 사람이 다 같이 나가서 시위를 하는 건데, streets라는 단어가 들어있지만 지금 폴 선생님이 얘기해 주신 것처럼 뭐 어디 광장에 가도 take to the streets라고 하고요. 어디든 이제 야외에 나가서 사람들이 다 같이 모여서 시위를 할 때 take to the streets라고 합니다. And to demand solutions.
Meaning they're saying we want something to fix our problem. We want a solution to our problem, something that will end, the lack of housing or the expensive rent.
Demand something, 요구하다. Solutions, 해결책을 내놓으라고 요구하는 것이죠. 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. Thousands of protesters have taken to the streets across Spain to demand solutions to what they have called the country's worsening housing crisis. Well, that's it for the headlines with Paul Matthews.